Come back to the channel. My name is San. You're watching the Football Corner. Arsenal 5, Wolves 0. Let's get to it. Let's break it down. And let's also break down the season as a whole. Firstly, if you do, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Now, the game. Sorry, excuse me. The game, Granit Xhaka scoring on the score sheet twice. So last game for him for the club, and he's managed to score twice in the game. So it's a good send off for him. Obviously he's gone. He's gonna be moving on now to a different club. And yeah, it was a good send off. You know, he scored 2 goals. Now, during this game, unfortunately, as we always do, we're no pressure FC. Whenever the pressure's off, we turn out to be the best team. That's the simple truth about it. Whenever we're playing with no pressure on us, we are the best team, one of the best teams in the world. But when the pressure's up and we're under immense pressure, we always seem to stumble and fall over or fall back, fall behind. So, you know, I expected this. I expected us to, given our recent result against Brighton and Nottingham Forest, I expected us to come up against Wolves and completely demolish them. I expected it to be a 3-4, 5-0. For me, it's still, no matter how the season went, it still wasn't good enough to the end. Because the thing is, we're looking at the season as a whole, and for me, the season, we were very good at the start. You know, we've won against Liverpool, we beat Chelsea twice, we beat Tottenham, the double over them. We've won most of our London derbies, and listen, that's all good. That's very good. But we're currently leaving trophyless. Now, you can look at this from 2 different areas. You can look at it from the fact that we are we went from not even getting 4th, we went from 5th place to 2nd place, and in a way that is, yes, it is progression. So we have progressed from the position that we were at last season. But if you look at the goal, because I understand, listen, for me, my prediction for this season, my prediction was top 4. If that. I wanted top 4. So I said, listen, if you can get me top 4, I'll be happy. But, and the very important but, because a lot of people would have said top 4. Some people would have said we wouldn't even have gotten it to top 4. But a lot of people would have said top 4. But the important but is, if you look at the performances that we did, getting 50 out of 50 or 53 out of 53 points in the first in the first half of the season, that form, you can't just drop it like that. You can't get that far. Like, obviously, no matter what we say and how we sugarcoat it and how we cover it up and everything, you can't go 93% of the season at the top of the league and then you just crumble. And let's face it, it was at that Liverpool game where the downfall truly began. The downfall truly began in that Liverpool game because people lost confidence, heads started to drop, and yeah, that really affected the team. Now, going into the West Ham game as well, we started off amazing. Couldn't ask for more. The boys on fire, going crazy. He scored 2 goals in like 10 minutes, I think it was, or something like that. So it looked amazing. But again, we lack the ability to stay composed, stay focused in the game, and finish the job. And then again, the game gets brought back to 2-2, and that's 2 games in a row now where we've dropped a 2-0 lead. Southampton, bottom of the league in our own backyard. Southampton, they come out, they're playing us off the park. We came into that game asleep, and then they came in awake and ready to go. And they outplayed us in that first half. Second half, we managed to generate some sort of momentum, and then too little too late. In the 80th minute, we suddenly wake up and say, "Oh, we're gonna try and get some goals now." Like, it's too little too late, and that's basically been the summary of these last games. It's just too late. When you drop off in a game, that's it. And we know with this City team that a draw is a loss. A draw is a loss, no matter how you want to think about it. But even Liverpool fans will tell you, even if you draw against other teams while you're in a title race with this City team, a draw for you would count as a loss. So they will capitalize on those points. Because if you draw, they will win. We've shown that we can compete against them, given how this season's gone. No matter what happens, obviously. We can't compete against them on a game-to-game level, because for me, that was the most embarrassing fixture. The most embarrassing fixture was going to the Etihad and what happened to us at the Etihad, which was, like I said before, boys versus men. It was an embarrassing performance. We didn't even look like a professional football team out there. Yeah, we just looked like amateurs. And for me, if you want to be challenging, one of those games have to be won. You have to win one of those games. You have to. So whether it's the game at home, whether it's the game away, you need to win one of those games against City if you're going to win the league. Which I think with some more squad depth and some more signings brought in the summer, we can possibly get into a position where we can challenge them on a game basis. Like, playing against them, we can give them a challenge. But for me, that game against them at the Etihad was embarrassing, and I pray that we never see anything like that again from the boys, or drop off like this again. Obviously, it's 2 seasons in a row, so next season we have to win something. We have to. We can't be just title challenging and not winning anything again, because for me it's a very important time at the moment. We're going into that zone of, we don't want to be the team that just sits in the top 4 and, you know, they'll challenge and then they might challenge again, but they never reach that final goal. They never reach it. And what? Because Pep's got this amazing super team. Like, every club is able to buy players and have players in certain positions. It's not just Pep that can improve his team. And every team can compete. It's just whether you want to compete or not. So for me, listen, the season overall, I'm going to give a season a 7 out of 10, just because of how we capitulated at the end. I was going to go for a 6 out of 10, but I decided to give them a 7 because they ended on a win, a 5-0 win, so I'll give them the extra rating. But the capitulation was, I feel like it hurt, but it didn't hurt as much as last season. But yeah, guys, listen, that's my season ratings, and yeah, it's just, I'm hoping that we can move on. We can move on to getting good players in this summer. and making sure we're ready for the new season coming up. Ready to play our games, win every single game, because listen, we have to go for wins. We have to be able to challenge again for this title, and I want to win it next year. I want to win it next season. I don't want to just challenge anymore. I want to win it. I know that we could put up a good challenge against Man City. It's just whether we can beat them in the games. So for me, if we could win the title next season, I'll be happy. But that's all we want. Majority of Arsenal fans want that anyway. It's been a good season. Some ups, some downs. But overall, we still love this club. So no matter what happens, we're still all going to be here. We're still going to be watching. We're still going to be supporting the team no matter what happens. And yeah, listen, hopefully we can get in our transfer targets early. And we can get them into the pre-season, get them ready, trained up, ready to go for the start of the season. I don't want to see us getting any late transfers done. I want every transfer, I want them to be in from early, and us to say, right, we've done all of our transfer work, we've done all of our buy-in, they're all there for pre-season, bang, we're going into the new season, everybody's ready to go. If we could do that, we've had a successful transfer window, and we can move on to next season with something to look forward to, given who we would buy. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you very much for joining me today for my video on the season review, and also the Wolves game review as well, match reaction. But yeah, listen, like I said before, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I will be bringing out transfer videos as well during the transfer window. When it does open, we will be doing some transfer videos before it opens, because I know there's a lot of transfer news at the moment going around, with the Declan Rice being linked to the club for 90 million, and Moises Caicedo being linked to the club. We have right back or full back from Galatasaray. But yeah, there's a lot of players linked to the club at the moment, and there's a lot to talk about. So hopefully you guys could join me in my future videos about the transfer market. I love you all. Come on, you Gunners. Thank you for joining me. See you later. Bye.